Anime comes in all shapes and sizes. You got your good, your bad, happy, your sad. But there is an abundance of anime that is just really downplayed by critics, looked upon bad in the mainstream, or really is just generally unappreciated for the great artistic works that they are, simply for the fact that they don't reach a certain flow that people who like specific genres are used to. So here are 3 anime that are underappreciated. Why I don't want to do a top 5? I don't want to do a top 5 because I don't feel like reviewing 5 anime. Hell, I don't even want to do this. But whatever. I like it. Whatever. Number 3. School Days. Now, everyone knows about the fact that School Days has got to be one of the most controversial animes that has ever existed. This anime was originally a visual novel, or one of those sim game type deals that was created back in early 2005, or mid 2005. It went on to produce different types of games as well as manga, and then was turned into an anime. Now, this anime is known for being one of the most controversial pieces of anime that has ever existed in a long period of time. I put School Days on this list because of the fact that this anime has been downplayed so badly by people who generally were attracted to the original summary of School Days in the first place. Most people who are interested in slice of life type animes as well as love romantic stories really couldn't understand the depth that School Days dives into, as it gets to its more violent and graphic type nature leading up near the end of the series. Hell, one of the main things about School Days is the fact that it's known for its horrendous ending, which honestly is one of the most bloody endings in all anime. But because of how the anime itself trails throughout the entire series, when it happens, you don't really see it coming. And when it does, it's just a huge leap and bounds from its general soft tone nature that it started off with, which is totally understandable. Which honestly, to me, makes it one of the most real slice of life animes that has ever existed. Yeah, it has graphic content near the end, and it gets with a whole bunch of murders and blood and shit like that, but the fact remains that as the series progresses, the main character has more of a connection with a real life person than any other anime character that has ever existed that I can see. Ergo, when you put a real world situation like what happens in School Days into an anime, people freak out, and more so that they go so far as to call it one of the worst animes of all time. It is not bad, but it being looked upon as one of the worst animes of all time just because it went from this sweet, bubbly, oh, it might be a twisted romantic comedy type shit, to a goddamn tragedy. It's the exact equivalent of Romeo and Juliet, which is considered the greatest love story of all time. It ends in a fucking tragedy with both of the stupid teenagers killing themselves. How is that any different from the crazy tragedy that ends in School Days? Number 2. Slayers. It's hard to really put it into words. Slayers is popular. My God, is it popular. They have so many freaking episodes, so many different sequels to the series, yet they really never had an official American TV release date. Slayers has, there's Slayers, Slayers Try, Slayers Next, I'm going out of order, Slayers Evolution R, Slayers Revolution. There's just so many different things to this series. They have so many different mangas. Hell, even the stuff that I named aren't even a part of the OVAs that they have, as well as movies. The typical Slayers episode consists of the same things that you would normally find in a fucking Pokemon episode. Especially considering the fact that most of the voice actors in Slayers for the English version are also the same voice actors that do it for Pokemon.
Oh, really? Yep. Don't worry. I learned the cure to this one really well.
Sorry for the late introduction, but I'm Lena's guardian, Gary Gabri.
Zomogustar is a name I made up myself. There kids.
And honestly, it's the type of anime that should have been put on Toonami's lineup back when it was playing during the 90s. It has that depth and comedic value to it that would have really played well with how Toonami was running things back then. Like, say, you see Slayers and then Gundam comes on. You have a bit of magic and then bam, you got yourself your giant robot fighting. It would have been great. It might have its quirky characters and its goofy annoyances that happen over and over again, but at the same time, like I've said before, it's the same shit as in Pokemon. How many episodes of Pokemon do Team Rocket show up and Ash defeats them, and you sit there and you continue watching the next episode knowing that the same damn thing is gonna happen again and again and again. And that's exactly how Slayers plays out. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that a lot of people do not talk about Slayers because of the simple fact that, hell, it wasn't really put up to mainstream. Number 1. Golden Boy. Golden Boy is one of my favorite animes of all time. In fact, it is my favorite anime of all time. I don't care what anyone says. It's the best. Golden Boy started off as a manga series back in 1992, and then it turned into a 6-episode OVA back in 1995. This anime goes down in history to me for breaking ground. It is super underappreciated, as a lot of people just don't fucking get it. And honestly, it's totally understandable. Like, no, it's not. It's not understandable. It's not understandable how you can miss Golden Boy in life. Like, honestly, I believe that if you have not seen this, you cannot call yourself a true lover of the harem genre, because Golden Boy sets apart what other harems fail to fucking do in their attempts to copy, when honestly they should be copying Golden Boy. Yes, if you read the manga, there is so much more content than the 6-episode OVA, but goddammit, that's not what was animated. It's just the anime. Just look at the anime. The anime itself is great. It's phenomenal. It's my favorite anime of all time. It's the best harem I've ever seen of all time. The story typically does not fall into the depths of the genre which everyone has set for stupid ass harems, which is that you gotta have a character with no type of personality, which Kentaro has in spades. A character who really has no understanding about the people who he likes and how he affects their lives, which Kentaro does all the time. One of the things I love about Golden Boy is the fact that Kentaro is not this bland, impromptu character that anyone could just throw themselves in his shoes. There are multiple moments in which Kentaro will do some shit that just makes somebody go, yo, won't see me doing that for no bitch. Nope. And it's wonderful because he would do something like that. It is not bad at all.
It's not lacking any meat. And that's what real women need.
But no one knows about it because no one talks about it. People are either disgusted over the fact that it's an anime that shows titties. Hell, half of the 80s are about animes that show titties, and those are only movies that motherfuckers like to say are groundbreaking and phenomenal. They're all stupid, and just like it involves demons, they're about to get into some tentacle rape, they show boobs, and then someone shows up with powers and kills people, and then everyone starts tripping.
And that's how I broke every bone in my body over summer vacation!
So yeah, those are 3 anime that I believe are underrated, downplayed, and honestly not given the chance that they should have gotten in the time in which they came out to become Hey everybody, just want to say thanks for watching my video. If you've seen it all the way through, I really got the idea to make this video when I saw someone did a review about School Days and they called it the worst anime of all time. I felt a kind of way about that because it seemed wrong, seemed very wrong to me. Like, just really wrong, especially when shit like Grenadier exists, that you would call School Days the worst anime of all time. This is not a top 3 list. It's just a list of 3. Do not get confused, okay? Do not get confused at all. I just made a list of 3 anime that I wanted to talk about in no particular order. Although Golden Boy is my favorite, that's why I made it number 1. But other than that, it's not like I won't do, like, these are the only 3 anime that I can think of that are downplayed. These are just the 3 that I just wanted to do. That's all. That's all there is to it. That's all. Give me comment and feedback, like, what animes do you know of that are truly downplayed and aren't given the time of day that they should have gotten, or they should get, because of the fact that they don't fit a certain archetype, or they got bad press, which a lot of them do. That's it. Bye.